So how do you get products to review for free on YouTube? In this video I am going to give you some top tips and advice on exactly how to start going about doing that. So in these videos I am giving you the best tips, tricks, hints and advice in how to start YouTubing. I will cover a broad range of subjects and I will give you the best kind of advice that I can, which I have picked up over 5 years of YouTube plus in all my own research as well. If you think this is going to help you, please do leave me a subscribe, leave me a like as well, and without further ado, let's get into this week's episode. Okay, so first up, what you need to do is obviously get your channel set up, get all your branding set up, get your logo set up, get everything in order that is going to make it look very nice, welcoming, appeasing and good to people that are actually visiting. What you want to do is pick a niche or a focus on something. Do you want to do tech? Do you want to do gaming? Pick one of those. What do you want to do specifically as well? Now I've actually gone through years of just doing bits and bobs. It just doesn't work. You need a niche. You need to pick a focus on exactly what you're going to be doing. So if it's tech, is it going to be reviews? Is it going to be software? Is it going to be hardware? Is it going to be PC building? Is it going to be console modifications? There's so much stuff that you can do. Pick a focus. Gaming, is it going to be early access reviews? Is it going to be AAA reviews? Pick a niche. I cannot stress it enough. You need to pick a focus and you need to focus on that focus. It sounds stupid, but trust me, I see so many people not doing that and their channels aren't growing, their channels aren't getting the views because people don't know what to expect from that channel. Now, if I say a certain game, I bet 99% of you, if you are regular on YouTube, will think of the same person. If I said DayZ, you will all be thinking of the same person. If I said StarCraft, you'll be thinking of the same person. If I said funny gaming videos, you'll be thinking of the same people. That is what I mean about picking a focus and a niche. You need to be known for something. That is what you need to do. Second off, you do need to spend a little bit of money to begin with, unfortunately, but this starts to build a bit of a portfolio of reviews for you. So if you are actually looking at getting into the review game, then what you need to do is start reviewing stuff out of your own pocket first. Now you need to make sure this is high quality and informative content. There's no good just pumping something out just so you've got 3 or 4 videos of review this game, review that game. Doesn't really tell anyone anything though, because developers and companies, if you start actually contacting them asking for stuff to review, they are going to be checking your channels. If you haven't got the high quality stuff that they want to see, they're not even probably going to bother replying to you, let alone sending you stuff. So you need to make sure stuff is high quality, and by high quality I mean full HD. You can't get away with anything less than 1080p on YouTube anymore. Make sure your voice and your sound quality is top notch as well. It needs to be perfect. Make sure your editing is starting to get better as well. Make sure everything is in the correct order chronologically. There's some videos I've seen which they've got the end at the start. It makes no sense, and that is the kind of thing that's going to put people off. Make sure obviously all your branding, your logos and everything is looking clean, it's looking crisp, it's looking good as well, as best you can get it. Companies are going to be a little bit forgiving if you've got the high quality videos up there. Some people can oversee branding and all the rest of it because that comes in time of actually developing a YouTube channel. What you need to do though is push across your passion, your enthusiasm, your commitment that you want to do this. You want to spend your time reviewing products. You want to make it worthwhile for companies in the fact that you're actually reviewing their stuff, and you want them to know people are going to come to you for information, for good, informative and good quality information, because if you're offering anything less, no one is going to be sending you free stuff. So I've already picked on it, but passion, enthusiasm, commitment, I cannot stress those 3 enough. Push it across in every single video you are doing. Don't just sit back, not really looking at the camera, not really talking properly, talking in monotone. People are going to pick up on that very quickly and they're going to be turning off very quickly after that as well. So make sure you are putting everything across. I can't tell you how to do this. You need to find your own style, and you may be a little bit unsure how to do this to begin with. The more you do it, the better you'll be, I promise you. So just keep doing it, keep doing it. If you're not happy with a video, for the love of God, don't publish it. Redo it, re-edit it, make sure it's as good as quality as you want to see coming out of someone. If you are not doing as good as a competitor, they are going to be going to that competitor. They're not going to be coming to you. They're not going to be turning a blind eye to poor quality stuff. So make sure you are putting your all into putting out the best quality and the highest driven passion, commitment and enthusiastic stuff that you can. So next up is picking people you want to actually work with. Don't just go sending out emails or messages to every single company in the world, because that isn't going to work for you. You need to do a little bit of research into companies you want to work with. Tell them why you want to work with them. Tell them what you're offering. Tell them exactly what you can do for them. Literally tell them why you think they should be giving you stuff to review for them. Unless you tell them, they're not going to be working for you to try and figure that out, I promise you. So you need to be putting that message across in emails, in messages, in videos, letting them know what and why exactly you should be doing it for them. So emailing companies, make sure, like I said previously, you're putting everything in an email, in a message to companies: who you are, what you can offer, what your channel's all about, what you've done in the past. Give them links, give them stuff to actually revert back to, so they can check you out and see if they want to work with you. Again, passion, enthusiasm, commitment, push it across in your email. It's a little bit more difficult in text, but you can do it. Make sure everything's spelt right, make sure the grammar is right, make sure it looks good. Literally just basic things like that people are still failing on, and people in big companies aren't going to respond to you if half your email's spelt wrong. What's the point? Because if you're spelling your email wrong, what on earth are you doing in your videos? That's the kind of thing you need to be thinking about. Make sure everything is crisp, it's clean, it's looking good, it's professional. Make sure everything you're doing is telling people exactly who you are and why they should be sending you free stuff. If you get to a point where people are literally just sending you free stuff so they can give you, so that you can give them a review, that's the point you want to be at. You don't want to be doing any work. You don't want to be sending emails. You don't want to be chasing up companies. You want them to do the chasing. So in the first initial starting point of your YouTube career, make sure you put in everything, 100%, 110% effort, time, commitment, just so you get to that point where they are actually starting to seek you out and not the other way around. So once you've actually emailed companies, make sure you follow it up as well. Message them on social media. Get into contact with them. Companies get hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of emails a day, probably all asking for free stuff to review. So make sure you actually reach out on other social media platforms as well. Just say, hey, I've just dropped you an email. Please, when you do get a chance, have a look at it, see if I'm someone you want to work with, because I'm really, really keen on working with you and pushing out reviews for you, doing a little bit of advertisement for you, that kind of thing. Actually sell it to them through the social media as well, so they actually start to get an idea of who you are, what you can offer, that kind of thing. Obviously, if they then go back to your email and read it and they're like, oh yeah, actually I've already spoken to this guy on social media and he did seem pretty good, already that's going to set you apart from all the other hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have asked for stuff and have not bothered reaching out on social media as well. It makes a huge difference, just that little bit of communication, that personable communication over social media. So Twitter is a perfect one. Everyone uses Twitter. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, just anything that actually gives your email a face. Someone can actually read your email and say, yeah, I've met that guy, I've spoken to him a little bit, I've checked him out and he's actually really good, he's exactly the kind of person I want to work with. That is the point you want to be at, so make sure you do everything to get to that point. So last but certainly not least, and probably one of the most important thing, is build up those relationships, those good professional working relationships with companies, because they are then going to be far more likely to send you stuff. If you've done a review for a company, if they've sent you something, make sure it's the best quality that you can do, and then push it out to them, push it onto their Twitter, onto their Facebook. Literally do the work for them, get it advertised, share it around for them, because they're going to see that passion and that enthusiasm coming out in you. Then they're going to be more likely to send you stuff if you're doing the work, literally if you're doing the entirety of the work for them, because they don't need to do it. Yes, it's going to cost them a little bit of money to send you stuff, but if you're doing literally everything else, and that's advertisement, that's sharing it around, that's building up good reputation for that company, they are going to be far more likely to send you stuff in the future. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have, please do leave me a like, leave me a comment down below as well if these tips have helped you. Please do subscribe if you haven't yet, and as always, I'll catch you in the next episode.